Boss Fight Gaming. Get ready. Fight!
Hey guys, welcome to another Boss Fight Gaming tutorial. We are back playing Craftopia today, and such an amazing game. I feel very privileged to have had the chance to play this, and I imagine most of you guys really enjoy it too. If you're not already in the game, I would recommend loading in on either of your worlds. You should have multiple worlds by now. If you're only just playing Craftopia for the first time, please go over to our first part of this tutorial. This is part 3. You will need to watch part 1 and part 2 first of all. Anyway, so when you're on your main island, we are actually going to go back to the altar of transportation or teleportation. I can never remember what it's called. So once you get to the transport altar, we are actually going to go to one of our desert islands. So I don't know which island you have. You could have desert and mountain, or you could have desert or valley. Now, regardless of which one you have, it's the same principle, so please watch my video. I'll show you how to kill the normal dragon and how to kill the bone dragon. However, if you are playing the different map to me, then you'll just have to look on the map in the description on the link to where you need to go to find the dragon and find the bone dragon, keeping in mind, however, that they're not always there straight away, so you may have to fly around a little bit, maybe go fight one then go to the other. But watch this video and I will show you where they are. I'm going to be doing desert valley, and I will do a desert and mountain video later to show you where they are on that, but I am giving you the map to go and find them for yourselves. And again, I will show you on desert or valley where they are. So yeah, I'm going to go to desert or valley. I'm just going to go to the altar of transportation now and select that map. In fact guys, before I do that, just wanted to remind everybody, you may run out of mana while using your healing potion, so make sure you take food with you that can bring up your mana. Now yesterday, the last video should I say, it was yesterday that I released it, but yesterday in the video I mentioned just to eat food. I went back and checked, making sure I was giving you the correct information. Now it has to be specific food that increases your mana, so be sure to get the specific food that gives you mana. Anyway, so I put on the screen right now desert or valley, and this shows you where the dragon is and the bone dragon is. Now I am going to go there to both and defeat both, and if you're on desert or valley, that's fantastic. If you're on desert or mountain, please go into the description, click on the maps link and look at the desert or mountain map and go to the location of the dragon and the bone dragon afterwards. But please do watch me take them on to give you some tips on how you need to destroy them, and then hopefully when you go and take them on, you should be able to do them with ease. As I mentioned, I will be doing a desert of mountain video shortly with the dragon and the bone dragon. I just don't have time to do both and continue to do the rest of the tutorial, so I can keep up with both. I'm going to just continue on with the tutorial and go back and do that later, if that makes sense. You should have no problem getting it anyway, as long as you follow the map and follow the instructions in this video where we fight the two. Okay, the map shows you exactly where they are, so if you're doing desert and mountain, please go and follow that map. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's go over to the desert or valley, or if you're on the desert mountain, please go over to the desert and mountain, but please do watch this video first. Hopefully you've got your helicopter with you, but before we go and fight the dragon and the bone dragon, remember to have both your weapons completely fixed. You can do this by holding Y on them in the quick menu. Again, if they get damaged too much in the game, they will be yellow on your quick menu too. You can also see the health of them using the little white line at the bottom there. But yeah, make sure they're fully repaired. Make sure you have your healing magic in your quick menu, and make sure you have mana filling food with you as well. So on desert or valley, get out your helicopter and head towards the bottom sort of giant rock area. You're sort of heading in the right place when that island there's above you. I'm also going to show you where it is on the map in just a second, but if you already have the other map anyway from the link in the description, you'll be able to see exactly where you need to be anyway. But this is where the dragon will be. As you can see, it's not here just yet, but they will be here very shortly. Now I do go down the bottom to have a look for the bone dragon, But this is where the normal dragon will be. And the bone dragon will be just down the bottom there where the water is. To be more specific, the square on the map is D6, I believe. Just check for you. 1 second. So yeah, D6 is the right square where the dragon will be. I'll put the map up on screen now so you can see again. I know you've already seen it once, but I'll just put it back up. Ah, in fact, before I do that, these turrets that you keep seeing around that shoot at you, if you get close enough to one, go over it and make sure you break them. And the reason for this is some of my black gunpowder, and black gunpowder is one of the rare materials or collectibles that we need in the game towards the end, and we need quite a bit of it. I think it's 50, so make sure that if you destroy any turrets or the nearby, destroy them and get the black gunpowder. Yeah, so get as much black gunpowder as possible. And again, remember, same with feces as well. Okay guys, so just a reminder, D6 is the dragon, F6 is the bone dragon. Those are the locational squares on your map to where to find them. Again, they may not be there straight away, so you may have to fly around and go back and forth until they are visible. Now I am about to go to the dragon, so you will see that in just a second. Before we go and fight the dragon and the bone dragon, go on to your pause menu and go over to missions and claim any rewards. This will give you extra skill points, something I only found out yesterday. So if you do get time to do any missions, might be worth doing them just to get your skill points. But anyway, we are going to go over to our skills menu and we're going to upgrade a few things just to make ourselves stronger and ready for these fights. First of all, we are going to go down to our dual wield and level it up. Hopefully you've got those as well, so just level it up with a few skill points. If you don't have skill points, it means you probably already just put them on something. Then we're going to go down and put it onto Berserk. So fully upgrade Berserk if you have the skill points to do so. Now once you've upgraded the Berserk, that's absolutely fine, just leave it there, we'll save some of our points. On my screen you do see me upgrade the life one a little bit, but you don't need to do that. You will need to click on Berserk and drag it on to your quick selection menu, and every time you're about to take a fight with a boss, just quickly go down and use it by pressing Y. As I mentioned on the screen now, I am equipping a life one, but you don't need to do that. Once we've equipped Berserk and we made sure all our weapons are fully repaired and we have food that can replace mana and we have the best weapons in our hands that we can have, we're going to go and fly to D6, which is up on top of the hill, and we are going to fight our dragon. Now remember, this is the same way to fight the dragon if you're on Dragon of Mountain, Desert of Mountain, or if you're here on Desert of Valley. So basically you just want to try and get underneath him as much as possible, because his head is the main place that will hurt you. He does sometimes waft his tail at you. If for any reason you do take any damage to your weapons, just try to get behind a rock like this and use the rock to then repair your weapons or to heal yourself. There is a few around, even the small ones do give you some protection. Whenever you're ready though, just come in between his legs down here and just keep fighting. Now because of your level, it is going to take you quite a while. Don't forget to equip Berserk. On my screen Berserk isn't there because I actually forgot to do it on this character, but I did show you guys how to do it. So equip Berserk. You will take a little bit more damage, but you will also deal a lot more damage. Try and stay away from any fire or wind attacks, which all come out of his mouth, and just to keep attacking his legs really. Again, if you need to heal yourself, just get behind a rock or something and use that to heal. One thing to keep in mind guys, if you do struggle to beat this boss, I would recommend just go and do some dungeons on your maps and leveling up a little bit, and then coming back once you've leveled up. Maybe try and find a couple of stronger weapons, because your weapons are the main thing that will do the damage, of course. You already know that. But yeah, basically just keep running around. Every time he lands, get in between his feet and just keep hitting him. It will take a while. I've speeded it up, obviously I should have probably mentioned that, but I have sped it up. My weapons have just taken damage, so I am getting behind this rock and repairing them both. Again, just go to them on your quick menu and hold Y. It does take a little bit of time, so you may take damage. Don't forget to keep an eye on your health at the bottom of the screen there, and every time you are, say, down to 2 or 3, heal yourself as quickly as possible. Again, just keep trying to stay underneath his legs. He will land every now and again, and then he will fly away. Whenever he flies away, just sort of run around, maybe get behind a rock, and then once he's landed again, come down and get between his legs. Again, remembering to use Berserk once we have that available. Remembering to repair our weapons when they turn yellow. Remembering to replenish our mana if we need to. You don't really need to replenish it unless it's empty, really, and you should really have had it full when you entered the fight. And hopefully you put your best single-handed weapons in both of your available slots before you entered the fight. And yeah, just basically keep running around. Every time he lands, just attack his feet. It will take a while, and he is quite strong, so be careful to avoid his attacks where you can. Don't be scared to roll using your B button. This will help you get away from his tail attacks. I obviously took quite a bit of damage by his tail and fire, but you, I'm sure, will do a lot better than me. But yeah, it's pretty much straightforward as that. So if you are on Valley of Mountain or Valley of Mountain, not Valley of Mountain, Desert of Valley or Desert of Mountain, just go and find the dragon and basically just do what I've said. Go to his feet, attack his feet. He doesn't take the most damage at his feet, but it is the best place to not take damage yourself. It will take you a while, guys, so be prepared to be hanging around for a little while, and it's as simple as that. You have the achievement, hopefully. Regardless of whether you're on Desert Mountain or Desert Valley, you have now killed the dragon. Now, if you are on Desert Mountain, use the map to find the Bone Dragon next. And if you are on Desert Valley, just head down here towards the pool, and we're going to the part which is F6. I believe on the map. I'm just going to quickly bring that up, so you may hear me clicking. Yeah, F6 is where it is on the map. We're going to head down here, and we are going to face the Bone Dragon. So yeah, F6, head down to F6, and we will go down and face the Bone Dragon. So this is the Bone Dragon here on the floor. There is a couple of other skeletons about, but you can tell the difference because the Bone Dragon is very flat, and the sort of fake bones around the area are quite up in the air. Well, not up in the air, but like this is like completely flat on the floor. The other bones in the area are sort of stuck up. You'll note the difference pretty quickly, I think. So yeah, but yeah, just come over and don't forget to use your Berserk. Same principle applies, really. Aim for the stomach. This guy actually does take a lot more damage than the dragon, and especially on his stomach area. If he runs away from you, get close and roll away from his throwing attack, and just keep heading for his stomach. He will keep trying to throw things at you, so try and dodge them by rolling. Again, keep it in mind, you need to have your weapons repaired. There's not really much places to get your weapons repaired down here. What I would recommend is, if your weapon is on the brink of getting destroyed, so it is yellow, try getting between his legs and then repair it from there, or wait till he flaps on the floor like this and then repair your weapon. Again, a few things to remember: make sure you are using your Berserk to do extra damage. Make sure you are keeping an eye on your health at the bottom of the screen and healing yourself when needed. So you'll see me here try and fix my weapon out in the open like an idiot a couple of times. I think I do try behind this wall first of all. My weapon has gone into yellow, so I do try to repair it, but he literally just beasts me. So yeah, the best place to try and get it is actually underneath his legs. Try and heal yourself or repair a weapon whilst you're underneath his legs. I think I get a lucky here. Yeah, I get lucky. He just misses me. But yeah, you guys should be absolutely fine as long as you try and do it underneath his legs. I have let my health get a little bit low here, guys. I would recommend healing yourself if you get to around 3 hearts. And yeah, if you are struggling with any of these fights, just go to a few dungeons and basically do those, and you should level up pretty quickly. Before we go on to the next sort of stage of this achievement guide, we are going to be leveling up a little bit. And you will need to do a lot of this on your own, because you're going to have to explore your own worlds. But we'll talk about that more in a moment. But anyway, if for any reason he stuns you, just keep tapping B, and the stun will then go away. It basically makes you dizzy for a little while. The Griffin, when you come against the Griffin later on, they also do that, and I think one of the other enemies also do that. They stun you for a little while. You'd have to tap B to get out of that. So he says tap anything, but I always tap B because that is your dodge button. But anyway, after some time, you will kill the dragon, the bone dragon, and you should level up again, I think. You will level up again. Again, if you are struggling with any of these, just pause the video, go to some of your islands, level up. Try to get to around level 19, 20 if you aren't already. And if you're still struggling, maybe go to around 23. Make sure you have got your best weapons equipped. Again, you can get a lot better weapons from the dungeons. And yeah, that's basically it for this achievement tutorial. However, we aren't finished just yet because we are going to get ready for the next part of the tutorial. Now, what we need to do to get things done is please take a look at your maps. I'm going to put one up on the screen now, Desert to Valley. In the description, there will be a map for all of, well, not all of the islands, but some of the islands, especially the ones with the bosses on. I would recommend going and use them and exploring every dungeon within your 9 islands, unless, of course, it's one of the islands I've told you not to visit, which is the swamp or the small island. You can visit the small island, and you can visit the swamp if you want to, but because of the poison aspect of the swamp, I keep calling it swamp, it's some sort of poison island. It even tells you it's a poison island. You will take damage over time. You can survive there quite easily just by keep healing yourself. But it's just a bit of a nuisance in my opinion. So yeah, just visit the islands that we have maps for, or if you want to explore any of the grass islands that you've unlocked, by all means do so. As long as they're within your 9 squares, you should be absolutely fine to do so. I am going to work on bringing a map for all the grass islands, but because this video is so time consuming, I haven't had time to do that just yet. But anyway, on the map, every map I put into the description under the link will have a guide just like this. It tells you which square the dungeons are in and which square the bosses are in. Feel free to go and fight the bosses again on other islands if you want. But yeah, we are going to visit all the dungeons on our 9 islands where we can. Okay, I brought up on the screen at the moment a image of a dungeon that we're going to be looking for. This is the Dungeon of Meadow and Dungeon of Island. This is what it looks like. It is like a goat, I would say a goat skull, but I'm not too sure. Like a ram skull above a portal. So these ones with the goat skulls above the door are the ones that we're looking for. Again, Dungeon of Meadow and Dungeon of Island should both look like this. There are different types of dungeons. However, there is Dungeon of the Abandoned Mine dungeon. And basically, you can go and get a lot of materials from here. Stones, iron, stuff like that. I would recommend avoiding these at this stage in the game, though. If you want to come back and explore these later, that's absolutely fine. They do have bosses, but they're very much like a maze, so they can be quite time consuming if you are exploring these. And if you are trying to get these achievements as quickly as possible, this isn't the fastest way to get them. But it's absolutely up to you if you want to level up in these mines and take some time. Again, when you are exploring these mines and dungeons, please do pause the video. Just basically what we're doing with these dungeons is getting to the roundabout level 25, 27. And yeah, so just explore those until you get to level 27. Again, this is the abandoned mine on screen. And the final one is the skills dungeon, and it looks like this. Now, skills dungeon, you can get weapons and stuff from. I'm pretty sure there's no bosses. I haven't done one for a while, but in my memory, I think there's no bosses. They're not the greatest things for XP. However, it's easy weapons and easy goodies. But it's, again, time consuming to do these. I would recommend sticking to the dungeon with the goat head above him, but it's really up to you guys which ones you'd like to do. But just basically spend time exploring these islands, and these 9 islands, your 9 islands. And basically, when I say 9 islands, you've got 2 sets of 9 now, or maybe 3 sets of 9. Explore them until you're roughly around level 25 to 27, and go to all the dungeons in these. Every time you go into a dungeon, you will collect one of the blue tablets, and once you collect them, you will need to go and upgrade your character, and we'll go into that in just a second. But yeah, basically, go to all your 9 islands on each world and do dungeons until you reach level 25 to 27. Tell a lie, that isn't the last dungeon. The last dungeon is actually the Tomb of the King. Is it Tomb of the King? It's tomb, and it's like an Egyptian tomb anyway. I think it's called Tomb of the King or something along those lines. And it's quite, I haven't got a picture of it, not yet anyway. It basically looks like a small pyramid. It looks very different from all the other dungeons. You'll know which one it is. It's because it's like a sandstone color rather than the other ones which are like dark colors. So this one is quite light. And again, if you see any of these, yes, go in these. These are really good for XP as well. Now, I am going to point out that these dungeons actually may include one of the bosses that we're going to go looking for later down the line when we reach our levels 25 to 27. And the reason for this is it is random, so it is possible that you may get the bosses that you need to get the achievement. Now, the bosses that we're obviously looking for are the Griffin, the Messenger, and also the Lizard Executioner. Now, I found both the Lizard Executioner and the Griffin in the Tomb of the King, the Egyptian type ones, but the Messenger is, believe it or not, is found in the Dungeon of Island and Dungeon of Meadow dungeons. So it is very possible that you may stumble across one of these bosses. So if you do, you may get the achievement, and you may then be able to skip that part of the video when we come to it in our next sort of video. When we do another video after this one, we will be going into killing the Messenger. But yeah, if you stumble across any of those three bosses, by all means, if you have the capabilities, kill them and get your achievement. We will be going over them in a later video, but this is what we're working towards battling them, where I know we're more likely to find them, which is in our more difficult levels, which we're going to unlock pretty soon. But yeah, so basically we're going to explore some dungeons, we're going to kill some bosses, we're going to kill some bad guys, and we're going to level up our characters. So we're looking to arrive around 25, like I mentioned, and 27. If you want to go all the way up to 30, that would be even better. But yeah, 25, 27 should be absolutely fine. Don't forget, every time you go into a dungeon, collect all the weapons you can find and anything of value. If there's multiple weapons and they are... So say, for example, you filled all your weapon slots and another weapon drops on the floor. If it looks more valuable than one that you have in your hand, go and delete the one of least value from your hand, from your inventory, and collect the new one. Also, at the end of every dungeon, just before you go into the portal, walk around the back of the portal, and there is another chest in the wall there. Use that chest to get some more goodies. Now, with all that done, you should know what you're doing. So, 9 islands per world. Go and explore them. Level up to 25 to 27. And kill all the dungeon bosses. Collect all of the stuff. Now, in a dungeon, when you're about to collect your treasure chests, there's a protecting shield around each of those. Now, every time you take that portal away, that shield away, you actually get a blue tablet which allows you to get a favor from the gods. You need 4 of these to level up your health and your mana, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that now. So let's go and show you what I mean. So I'm just going to put a bit of a loop video on the screen right now just to help make it as obvious as possible, because I know it isn't always obvious even though it's right in front of your face. I'm a sucker for missing something that's blatantly obvious. But yeah, basically when you do a dungeon and you're about to get your reward, there's this shield around your treasure chests, and every time you collect the shield or click on the shield, you will get a blue tablet which will be you will be able to go and cash in with a god, with Anubis, which is on one of the islands in the sky. You've seen the islands around, I'm sure. And every time you go and do one of your dungeons, you will get one of these tablets. Now, basically, what we're going to do is we're going to collect these every time we do one of our dungeons. And once we have 4, we're going to go and upgrade it. Upgrade our character's health and a little bit of mana. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So as I mentioned, on the screen right now, it's on loop. It's probably annoying you. But this is how you get your tablets, and then I'm going to show you where Anubis is and how we cash those in. Okay, so once you've gone and done your 9 islands and you're around level 26, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, We're going to go back to our main island. And you're going to see a little bit into the future now, because this is my main account. The account I tested and tried all the achievements on. And right above us on our main island is this little floating island in the sky, and that is where the god Anubis is, and he will grant us the chance to grow an ability by taking the blue tablets to him. Make sure you still got all your blue tablets on you, and make sure you haven't deleted too many of them, hopefully none. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to make our way up to him. Now you can do this by creating concrete or wooden ramps using your wood and craft table or craft options. So yeah, get your creative skills flowing and find a way to get up to Anubis, which is floating around above your first island. So with stones in inventory, we're going to click on Anubis and we're going to use the top option, which then allows us to upgrade our stats. I would highly recommend getting your health up quite a bit. The other two aren't really that important. You may think otherwise. However, I never upgraded my stamina or health, not really, and I was absolutely fine to get all the achievements in the game. So yeah, I would recommend upgrading your health more than anything else, and hopefully you are now 25 to 27 level and you have quite good health and you're ready to start exploring the next part of the game. Now, I am going to explain to you what I'm going to do in the next tutorial, just so any of you that are waiting around to get some more achievements can sort of make a start on that. But I am going to show you in the next video how to do it as well. So basically what we're going to do is, so on our main world, what we're going to do is we're going to actually extend from 9 islands to our level 3 islands. So we're going to go and purchase the next row and column of islands, which is the level 3 islands. And what we're going to do on those islands is we're going to explore all the dungeons. Now we're strong, now we're level 25 to 27, we are going, or 30 some of you maybe, we are going to explore these islands and kill the bosses. Now we are going to be looking for the messenger again. He is found in dungeons of Meadow and Island, which are the goat dungeons, and we're going to explore the dungeons of the king, tomb of the kings, which is the Egyptian tombs, and in there you will find the griffin and also the executioner. Now this is where your luck comes into play again. You may not find either of those bosses on all of the new islands that we unlock, so if you do that you will have to go to your second world and unlock them again and again until we do find these bosses. Now I'm going to go into more detail of that in the next video. I just wanted to let you guys know that's what we will be doing in the next video, along with a lot of other stuff, but that is sort of just to get some of you started, because I know some of you are really waiting for these videos, but I am trying to make them the best I can, and for that reason it does take time to explain all the little details to make sure that we're not going to miss any of these achievements. But that's what we're going to be doing in the next video, so if you want to make a start on that, please feel free to do so. Now, so we'll leave it there then, guys, and we'll see. This is the shortest video. This is because a lot of this revolves around you leveling up your kites, and I can't really show you how to do that because your worlds will all be different from mine. But hopefully you understand what you've got to do now, and you can go and prepare yourself for the next stage of the final run. I imagine the next video might be the final video. It's very time consuming, the final sort of stage of the game. It might be 1 or 2 videos, but basically, yeah, go get yourselves prepared, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. That's basically all you gotta do, guys. Just go and fight some dungeons and go and enjoy the game, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. See you very soon.
You lose. Game over. Boss Fight Gaming.